San Francisco police confiscated yesterday. They also made 4 arrests. It's just part of a new effort to use technology to crack down on reckless drivers. Swarms of dirt bike riders scaring pedestrians, clogging streets and sidewalks, and turning San Francisco streets into a madhouse.
Prove me wrong. They ride without licenses. They ignore laws and
pull a Charlie Kirk. Prove me wrong. Those aren't stolen.
Our communities.
And it's been a problem for years. This video shows a group racing through the Mission District last year, one of many so-called takeovers. Now San Francisco police are cracking down on the riders in a new way. On Sunday, they turned to technology and a highly coordinated effort to track the riders and their dangerous stunts.
This operation involved coordination between our citywide plainclothes team, our real-time investigation center, known as Arctic, drone as first responders, and stunt driving response unit.
This is the result. 6 dirt bikes and 1 ATV confiscated. Police say some of the vehicles were stolen from as far away as Modesto and Atascadero. Police also arrested 4
individuals were arrested for the following crimes, which are possession of a stolen vehicle, possession of stolen property.
And we should talk about an enhancement. I think there should be an enhancement to doing this activity with stolen property that might add another layer where these guys would stop doing it now that they're going to start cracking down on it.
As well as violations of the California Vehicle Code.
Mayor Daniel Lurie says he hopes this crackdown sends a strong message to these bikers and the community.
Residents have told me time and time again, when people come in, these dirt bikers come into their neighborhoods, it feels like there's nothing they can do but wait for them to leave. That era is over. We are restoring order back to our streets.
And District 3 Supervisor Danny Sauter says he wants to take the crackdown one step farther.
I will be introducing legislation next week to increase the fine for misdemeanor convictions for sideshow offenses.
A coordinated effort to take back the streets and move public safety forward.
There's your enhancement.
Well, is it? I guess so. Maybe, right?
I don't think that's strong enough of an enhancement.
Yeah, I want to see an enhancement. That's just for sideshow activity. So I want to see an enhancement specifically for stolen property being used. So a lot of these sideshows are stolen vehicles, like Scott's Infinity, that are going to be used in those things. And his someday you'll see Scott's Infinity one day in a video when it's stolen in a sideshow. So,
I'm going to say it was stolen while
I'm driving. Flag this video right now. Okay, so but imagine you get caught using a stolen vehicle in that activity. I think that would be a good enhancement. I'm not really one for adding a bunch of laws when it comes like gun laws and stuff like that. I think now they're trying to ban Glocks, and it's already legal to have an automatic Glock, and they're trying to ban these Glocks. It's like, why are you adding more laws? But in this case, it would be good to add an enhancement. If you use stolen property to drive like this, there's an enhancement for you. And
Mark, I worked for a while as a young deputy in the jail, and these enhancements, the word gets around in the inmate population, and they used to call the gun enhancement when the use a gun go to prison law got passed to try to reduce the armed robberies, and the inmates used to call it the big BITCH. And it does. The word gets around. Hey, you're gonna get an extra 10 years, man, using a gun.
So someone
these takeovers have been going on for a long time.
They have, and we're not the only. Look, on the website, I've been getting ATV cases and motorcycle cases for years, and then obviously working in Oakland and in San Francisco. I remember when I had when I was in San Francisco a lot the last 10 years during the World Series and stuff like that, you would see these takeovers on the weekends of these guys in the dirt bikes, and like this, see videos like this. And then I remember when I was working in Oakland, I got called to help Oakland PD identify a bike that they seized from a guy who was involved, and they made an arrest, and it was stolen, and it had bullet holes in it. But my point is, these guys are not going to use their own bikes because because they could get taken away from them. So they're going to use stolen bikes. And the cops really aren't cracking down on this. It's so hard when you got 100 of these guys driving across the Bay Bridge. What are you going to do, especially if you're one cop on that Sunday working the bridge, right? It's got to be a coordinated effort. So the enhancements and the possession of stolen property. Now with the drones can follow these guys to their house. You get the plainclothes. It is a coordinated thing. It's going to take time and money. But if you start putting these guys in jail and they start doing 6 months in jail, 3 months in jail, that will stop this. It will at least slow it down. And it doesn't happen just here. Like I said, I have cases in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Mississippi, where these guys, these groups of people go out and do the ATV takeovers on the roads out there too. So it's not just a California thing. You know, it's not just the blue states, you know, where this is happening.
Yep. You're absolutely correct.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure the Castrito boys are out there riding their motorcycles up and down the Gilroy streets back in the day, right, Scott?
I raced dirt bikes. I used to ride all the time, and I remember
none of yours were stolen though.
Mine weren't stolen. I was afraid to get them taken away. And when they came to my house, because they tracked me down and came to my house and told me, knock it off.
Yeah, he had his license plate on the bike. But, what I want to do is I'm doing a more in-depth story on this on Stolen 911. And I want somebody from Atascadero or wherever the other valley town they used. I want someone there to contact me. I want to know about their bike being stolen. How does this bike from Atascadero, right? Is that the one down by Santa Maria down there, right? On the coast, right? How does that end up in San Francisco? You know? So,
yeah. Because if you don't, then people get frustrated, and they do. You know, good citizens will do something silly. You know, like tie a rope across the street. You know, and next thing you know, the poor citizen's facing some serious charges because of.
Sounds like you've done that before.
Yeah,
nails in the street. Nails in the street.
Yeah.
Nails in the street. All right. Let's go over to I think this is Milpitas. An attempted